Hey guys! If you didn't hear that, hey guys! Welcome back. Today I'm doing a little video. Hi Soxy. Today we're playing Hell Neighbor Alpha 1. You may be wondering, oh, so this is an old video, so I'm gonna just leave. No! Wait. Before you leave. There's something. I can't describe this feeling of Alpha 1 when I step into the world of Hello Neighbor. That's this odd feeling like you were intended to go up on the third and the floor more above it. I feel like that was intended. It tickles my tongue. Literally. I feel my tongue weird. So there's probably some stuff that we haven't seen on that exterior. Anyone know something? There is actually more exterior than the interior because you can only go 2 floors high. And this feeling like you're supposed to go on the third and fourth. I don't mean floors. And also, the reason why you're seeing this released like in a week or so, because, well, they actually brought back Alpha 1 to Hello Neighbor for free, so you can get it on Steam. And I get it off a different website, so this could be a totally different Hello Neighbor Alpha 1. Maybe in one of those forgotten versions of Alpha 1. Maybe there was supposed to be a version where you can go up to the 3rd floor. Also, I've learned how to throw stuff in pre-alpha. You hold the crouch button and you throw with the you throw by holding the left control and the right mouse button. However, that's not the case for Alpha 1. They changed the controls for it. And also, Alpha 1 is supposed to be some concept, so then how come I feel like there's gonna be more floors? Well, because this concept is actually playable. You probably know that, but you want to know that is the reason why why I feel like they were going to add more floors. But what made it to where they only went 2 floors and that's it, but they added a train for the 3rd and 4th because it goes up to the 3rd and from the 3rd to 4th, from the 4th to 3rd. Well, I can teach you that. First, I'm asleep. Okay. Now the first thing we want to do is look at our house. See these? What if I made the game? What if I made one of those showcase games on Roblox? You know, like those showcase games, like you just involve, like, you build something that you really worked on, and you made it to where, like, people can explore your creation? That's what I feel like what I can do to this. I can recreate the entire house with the 3rd and the upper floor accessible. But you'd be saying, oh, so you're gonna make a Hello Neighbor game? No, that's not what I'm gonna make. I'm not making a Hello Neighbor game on Roblox. I am not doing that. First of all, it's a showcase game. As I said, you're supposed to explore the creation I made. It's supposed to be like a concept of something. Except you're not adding it into a game. You know what I mean? And second of all, some of my friends at school really hate Roblox. So, no good. However, my friends at school, some of my friends at school when I was like 3rd grade, are completely okay, but even though they probably don't like Roblox, it's just, they're still very kind-hearted. But people are like at my class for like, okay, so this is not a Draw My Life thing, but I'm just gonna tell you parts of my life and at school. So that school was pretty abusive, like Baldi's basics in education and learning. You don't want to go to Baldi school, do you? Well, my school was just like that. And no, that doesn't mean I'm an adult. I'm actually in the teenager years. And I was born way after the ruler hitting thing was no longer. Then what do you mean? Well, there's these things called isolation rooms. I feel like some schools may have already have these. I mean, still have these. And probably mostly other countries. And there's like these, you know, I'm talking about where they like put misbehaving kids in there. I had bad experiences with math at that school. They always put me in the isolation room. It's a little problem. The teachers would usually turn it into a big problem, just so they can like put you in the quiet room. I'm not being a psycho. I don't mean like something like in a way you shouldn't believe me, but in a way that I'm actually telling you the truth. Or in a more specific way, you feel like that I feel like I'm being treated like this, but it's actually what I'm talking about. And, well, something I want to tell you is I can introduce you to some of my friends. I will give them only nicknames, but I'll only give one or two their real names because because one of my friends already gave himself his own name. So first I want to introduce you to a very kind-hearted person at my class that does like Roblox. Let's call him T. Because that's... Anyways, he actually goes to my middle schools now, this year, from 2019 to 2020, and he skipped a grade, so he used to be like in my grade, just because, and he's very nice. I mean, talking about him makes me feel happy. Then there's other friends, such as... I'm not talking about a radio channel, but there's this person named FM. He's a very, smart person. He's on the hating side of Roblox. So I completely forgot what was. Oh yeah. So I know this video is only like me just going around the fence. But I'll try to go stroll by the neighbor's house every once in a while. So oh, that's scary. So FM is, he does like Hello Neighbor as well as my other friends, and he also likes the Cat Apocalypse series, and he likes Minecraft. So that's cool, at least. Then there's who should I talk about next? Oh, there's this person I know. His name is Jason, but I'm not talking about scrambled eggs one. I'm talking about a totally different person whose name is Jason. Don't know his last name, but he was probably a 6th grader at my class around the time. I only saw him 1 year. He was funny. Just funny and fun. Plays Infection with me along with my other friends. Then there's um Nationwide is on your side. Okay, I'm gonna stop that joke. Then there's so what rhymes with JKLM? So there's a person called Mason. He's also one of my friends. He goes to Meadowdale along with some other friends of mine, like FM and some others. He's extremely smart. Give him that. And he introduces me to like Minecraft horror maps and stuff like that. Then I don't remember how, but he told me about a horror game that was actually SCP Containment Breach. That was what. It was very interesting when I first saw him playing it at the school. And it wasn't against the rules in school for some odd reason. And I was okay with that. And there'd be like these anomalies, like deadly, like save kinds, and there's like ones that are like unstoppable threats. Like the end to humanity, ghosts, aliens maybe, cursed objects, altered dimensional objects, stuff like that. I'll talk about more about him later, but first I'm gonna talk about what I think might be like on the 3rd and 4th floor if the developers actually put it into the game. So there'd be like, let's say, maybe a lack of shutters? I'm not for certain, but maybe a lack of shutters? I said maybe because in Alpha 2, you're able to go to the 2nd floor where there is a lack of, not a lack, that does have shutters, and some parts on the 2nd floor is inaccessible. So that means, I guess, these shutter areas are like inaccessible areas. And then there's like the you-know-what. Then there's the windows that look like that. Like very unique windows. Oh, what do you mean? This is only an Alpha 1. True. But a window like this can be found on other floors. No, you can't see through them. That's one of the unique parts. And one that adds to it is that if you look at them, there's white in there. So is it being covered by a white wallpaper or curtain? I have no idea. But if you look, how come you see a brick wall with a train goes through and it's a ghost train? Well, because, as I said, the third floor is inaccessible. And the fourth. So that's probably more, you'll see those things in the fourth floor when you like perform the trash can glitch. Then there's this. I will present to you whatever this is pointing to is like a transition. Oh, never mind about that. What I want to introduce you is not that over here, but this. You may be wondering, oh, that's just the front of the house. No, look where exactly I am looking at. A porch! Yep, that's right, a porch. You haven't seen these from pre-alpha to alpha 2 and then alpha 3 because it has like slightly accessible porches. Like you can access them, but it just leads to unfinished areas. So my guess is one of these rooms is locked and you have to jump over to get to the other side and go from there. That's probably what I think about the porches, because it's like this part, and then there's this part, and there's like space between them, and there's no other like doorway in them, except maybe in a train station there might be some doorways that probably would have led to here, but there's no doors in the third and fourth because remember it's inaccessible. But I think it used to be before the developers were like, let's have a second floor instead. Let's make it more simple, I think. There's probably a reason why. Maybe it's because it took a lot of space, but I don't think that would be it. It seems hardly believable since the first and second and like, yeah, the first and second are like, well, never mind about this. I think you get what I mean. Then there's colored exterior stuff. You may be thinking, oh, just this blue stuff is bland. Look at that porch right there. It's yellow. And look at the room above it. It's orange. Same as the second and first, where it has the pink garage, a pink back area over there with yellow, and I explain you. Yeah, you pick that way, and then there's like, I'm gonna introduce you to the orange shark room exterior, right there where I'm looking at. And then I want to introduce you. There's a yellow one, way on top of the house. Right here, you can see a little window with a black cube in it. That's because you can barely see inside of it, which is why you see a black cube. And that's also because if you go to the cutscene house and look for a black cube like that, it's not going to be there. Okay, now I think I'm done explaining. But it does, since there's actually like controls inside of the train, you probably haven't noticed, but a YouTuber, I think IGP or something, I don't know, a few YouTubers actually have discovered that there was a door. I think there was. Then again, I don't know. But there was also controls inside the train. Like you could move it, like the one in the full version. Then again, it could be a concept, but think about it. could it really be that you were supposed to go to the upper floors of the elevator house, or like third and upper floors that you can no longer go into, and remove the evidence of there ever being third and upper floors besides like having like doors blocked by chairs? I say blocked by chairs because one time, I don't know if you guys can see it because it's too far even to load in, I think. But there could be like chairs propped against the doors, but I don't remember. And you want to know something interesting? Those doors are not actually part of the house, or I think they're not part of the house. Because look, I am outside the map. You may be wondering, oh, are you gonna check and see if there's proof over here that there's doors? Look, there are no doors or windows. Look at that. Now what do you do? Oh, and the basement door is just for cutscenes because, you know, cutscenes be cutscenes, you know. And look, yoga mat on the shark floor. And these dirty wet windows, not windows, you know what I mean. And look. Oh, for a split second I thought I could literally go all the way up here. Also, I'll get to this later, but you see there's nothing on the interior of the third floor, meaning it doesn't mean that you can see from the exterior. Look at that. There's exterior, but you can see it. You can see through the exterior from like the interior side. And there's actually an interior side, part of an interior side on the third floor. I can show you. Either just for detail, which I don't think matters because since it's an alpha, or is it if you guys watching this, can you please give an answer if you were somebody or you, whoever was commenting, if you actually were planning on giving it an extra floor or two? This is like lots of detail for the upper floors and stuff. Okay, now let's talk more about Mason. So, oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Well, that's beautiful. Alright, so, to any of you who are out there playing Roblox, he says if you are playing Roblox, or I don't remember, Roblox ripoffs, he will commit illegal. And you probably would guess what that means. Commit illegal, it doesn't mean like a robbery or something, but it is part of illegal, so don't rob banks, okay, kids? Don't rob banks. Seriously, don't. You know, he will. I'm sorry, that was my best impression of a snapping noise. And I don't mean no. But it does involve that. So here I am, existing, I guess with a reason. All I can bear does ever. Uh-oh, he's gonna get mad. What if I peed on him? I'm almost in like the right position to actually activate. Go, 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 go. What? Oh my gosh. It's so hard. Okay, now you guys can see something in there. What is that you see? Oh, I never seen that texture before. What is it? It's a white texture. You can see just between the fence thing, the railing, or the stairs, there's like a little white stuff. And that wasn't in the 3rd floor, so you know what that means. And also, why would they add all of this if it's an alpha? Is it because it's a hint? Or is it because there has to be more floors? Or... well, that probably doesn't explain the doors, but the windows above them. I guess I have both reasons and not reasons to prove that it was able to be accessible. I want somebody to actually do a really good photoshopping job and just take a picture of this. Come on, screenshot, work. I don't think the screenshot is working. Man, playing the game. Game, won't you let me take a screenshot? Oh, wow, 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 oh, oh. Won't you let me take a screenshot? Screenshot. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Because you only have like a few things to edit. The windows, the thing where the rain comes out there, and the windows, too. And I think it'll be perfectly fine, I guess. Perfectly fine, yeah. And then we're about to get finished. Okay, am I done talking about my friends? I guess I am. How about let's just talk about Scrambled Eggs 1. So Scrambled Eggs 1, I met in a completely different school when I was in 6th grade because, well, the school that I had with the rest of my friends was abusive, and I don't know what to do. I don't know. And what was that? I don't know what I was making. I have seen no signs of the neighbor actually. What if he's okay? Should I help him? Does he need to go to the hospital? Probably not. Because I'm about to find secret, eh? Alright. Doing my Minecraft stare method. Seeing if he's in there. Doesn't look like I could see him in there. I have no idea where he is, actually. It's starting to become a little weird. Is he gone? Did he walk out of his house and never return? Because I hope that, I hope to see like a sign that he's in his house. I'll be worried that if I actually bump into him, when I ever get inside, I feel like customizing this house, making it cool and harder, and then I'm ready to get the neighborhood stuck. Oh, I'll make it over hello neighbor as president.